All right, guys, welcome back. Here she is. Take a look at her. Oh, take a look. Get it out of the box. The box over there. There she is. Pro kit. Now, let's see what we gotta do to get it out here. Try not to rip the cover. It's cool looking. I'll keep that. World champion 10 times. Alright. What do we have here? As soon as we open it up, we've got the decals for the body. And that card, I do believe that is the manual, which is kind of a bummer. I'd rather have a book. So now I'm going to have to print the manual out. Not sure how many pages that's going to be. Don't even know if I have enough ink for that. But yeah, if you're looking for a hard copy, Serpent gives you a digital, not a hard copy, unfortunately. Kind of a bummer there. Set that off to the side. Let's see. So as you can see here, they're numbered for which bag. Kind of like Legos. This is the battery tray. But pretty standard. All of the kits come this way nowadays, numbered. So you can grab that bag when you're on that particular setup. Looks like the steering. Yep. Spoiler, wing, and by the looks of it, no different. The exact same wing from the Ready to Run kit. So that's one thing that's common. Let's see here, battery straps. This is the shock tower rear, which is really be nice to really wanted to replace the stock ones on the RTR with these aluminum ones, but they did not have the front, which is kind of a bummer. It looks like we're going right here. This is step one. Rear diff case. This is the tray for the chassis. Looks like the servo or the tray for the ESC and receiver box and servo. Just like this is identical to the Ready to Run as well. This part is the same. So we are definitely seeing, just in a short bit of time here going through these, that there are a lot of common parts for both cars. So that's a good thing. It's a good thing. Front and rear diff, these are going to be identical. The body looks a little different. I don't know. I don't have the body in here. It's out in the garage. To take a look. It looks pretty similar to the Ready to Run. So that'd be cool. I'd like to compare that. That'd be pretty neat. Not 100% sure what these are. It looks like some kind of maybe mud flaps for the rear or something. I don't know. That's let's take a look at that. Interesting. Shocks. Let's see. Let's take a look at Ready to Run kit. Oh, what did I knock over? Oh, knocked over my box for the servo. I mean, yeah. They look bigger in the bag. That's for sure. I mean, those springs look massive, but no, they're the same. This is just trying to match them up here. They look maybe a little longer for the front, and I'm pretty sure these are the front shocks. Yes, these are definitely not the rear. Here's the rear, and they're a lot longer, so those would go back here, And it looks like they are, it looks like the Pro shocks are, the bodies are definitely a little longer. You line this up from there to there, and this comes down past, I think the end of it's right about there. So this is why we are having an issue with finding these shocks, as I stated in the other video. And the Pro shocks, they'll fit on here if you want to replace both of them, but to try to match parts, the ready-to-run shocks are not quite the same. So those shock shafts, which is what he broke, these are not the same size. So, okay, that's good to know. Found something else. More, that's the rear shocks again. We have, looks like rear carriers, front knuckles. This is what I'm really interested to see, how this setup here works, because this is the front steering. So I'd have to get this together. You can't really tell in the bag, but there's the knuckle, and it definitely is a little bit different the way it's set up. So yeah, I'd have to definitely look into that. Here is the front shock tower. Now the shock towers mount, this will mount right on here, no problem. These two, these are interchangeable. That I know. So we know that the front and rear diff cases should be the same as well, which is right here. These cases should mount right to that as well. So we know that those are the same, but it does look like they've changed just a few things up from, and here we go. Okay, so here is these rear or these front. Can't tell by looking in the bag. Let me see if these, I think, are the rear. These are rear. Okay, so those are the rear. These are front. So as you can see, this is what I was worried about. From here to here, because this is where it mounts on the chassis. This is the same. This will mount up in there. But if you look, the difference between here to here is different. So you would have to have the A-arm and the whole steering setup to fix that problem. And I could not find these A-arms. I couldn't find the ready-to-run A-arms. So that could be an issue. But again, if we can find these A-arms, it would be beneficial just to take the kit A-arms and throw them on here and just rebuild the knuckle system, because everything else should be fine. This, I am almost 100% sure that this is the same as the kit, as this kit here. So we would just need this setup right here. And I think you'd be able to change this over and you'd have a Pro front end on an RTR. I don't think that would be an issue. It's just getting a hold of these A-arms. I know I've been on A-Main. I have had a question, have you checked A-Main? Yes, I have checked A-Main on some parts. I can't remember if they had the Pro A-arms or not. I was just afraid to purchase the A-arms and all of the stuff and it not work out. But now that I'm looking at this, as long as you have the front A-arm and the actual knuckle setup with the hub and everything, it looks like you would be okay if that's a route you wanted to go and you have this RTR. Okay, cool. That is something I wanted to know. Of course, I knew if I purchased the kit that I would find out that everything would be okay. But if I didn't purchase the kit and just bought all the parts, I'd be stuck with all these parts and they wouldn't work. But you know what? I did it for you guys. And at least now you know. And here is another, get these other bags out of here. That's that looks the same. That's identical. That's the wing mount, so that's the same. There's the other diff, front and rear diffs. You have your shock oils, diff oils. Oh, there's the other rear diff. I had the center diff out there. And then last one, some other miscellaneous stuff, body pins, wheel nuts, yada, yada, yada. Okay, here's another thing I want to check. Is the chassis the same? I'm pretty sure it's real close to being the same chassis. Of course, they have all these cutouts on this chassis versus the RTR. So let's front, let's flip it over. Cool how it has the logo there. I think that's kind of neat. We'll flip this over, maybe get a look. I don't know how that looks on camera. Kind of see. So we can see right here, this is different. So maybe, oh, we might have an issue now flipping the chassis over and actually looking at the A-arm situation. I don't know if you can do this. There's the bag with the A-arms. There's the front, the rear. Where'd they go? Here. Yeah, it looks like we might not be able. Well, it does have this. It does have this cutout here, so, you know, we still may be okay. Yes, it does look like it still has that cutout. I think we'll be all right. Well, I say we'll be all right, but this won't go on this car. I'll may be able to purchase these separate and fix it if I can't find the stock. So I think it's still okay. It should fit right there in that slot. It looks like they made it so you could put it on either one. That's kind of cool. Smart, if that's what they did. I'm hoping it is. But once I get it out, I may be able to match it up a little better. So the frame, we have all the, let's see, we have all these are all the same. That, got that. Here's your center diff, and see these 4 screws here. Yeah, it looks like everything will bolt up. I think we're good to go. I mean, I think for the most part, I think we've answered a lot of questions. That the RTR is definitely inspired by the kit, by the Pro kit. So we can probably swap out a lot of these parts. So guys, if you own this car, it seems like 70% of everything on here will fit into the Pro kit or Pro kit into the RTR. Like I said, you're going to have to do a little bit more with the front end, same with the rear. I think this setup is a little bit different, so you would have to switch out the A-arms in the rear, possibly. I'm not 100% sure, but to set this up. But these are going to be the same, so you wouldn't have to change this. Your shock towers are the same. Your diff cases are the same. Center diff is the same. This whole, as I explained in the other video, this battery brace or a chassis brace that's for the battery packs here, this will all go into this kit. So I will be transferring that in there so I can get the saddle packs. It just will change the position of the motor like this setup, and all this is the same. This brace up here is the same. The shocks, we've determined that the Pro Shocks bodies are a little longer. That doesn't necessarily mean it wouldn't fit here. If you get the whole Pro shock kit, which I think is $87, you should be able to, everything may be longer in here, but I think it'll all bolt up and you'll be okay. You just couldn't, obviously, you just couldn't replace one side. You'd have to do both. Other than that, from just by a quick look, it looks like we're good to go, guys. So I hope that possibly answered some questions you guys had and some curiosities, because it definitely did for me. And moving forward, I know that I can kind of work with 2 cars here to possibly get parts fixed or swapped, or maybe even start building this into a second kit. Who knows? The possibilities seem to be pretty good here. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, again, leave them in the comments. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for the views. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe so you don't miss any of the next ones, because I will be doing a side-by-side comparison once built to kind of compare to, and then obviously the driving. Now, there is a scheduled race this weekend off-road. I don't know if I'll be racing buggy. I'm going to try. No guarantee, but I will race the short course, if nothing else. I will at least get some racing in and some videos up on the short course. So yeah, guys, thanks again, and we'll catch you on the next video.